Welcome to Jawsology. We're about to go over the draft that I had for the Jawsology Fantasy Football Showcase, which is going to be the main league spoken about on this channel. I do have some other leagues I did talk about, but this is the main YouTube channel league. So stick with us, see how the draft went out. Who's your favorite team? Let us know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, do your thing. You know what I mean? We're here to have some fun. Let's do this. All right, so I know I took a little bit of a sabbatical, took in some of the commentary and the criticism, of my previous videos, and I'm putting them all together. I'm trying to learn and become a better person. So, thank you for those who've watched. Thank you for those who told me what I could do better. Thanks for still watching some more videos even after those facts. All right, but let's have some fun. All right, so you can see here on the screen, this is the draft. It's a 12-person league. It is one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, two flex, a tight end, and a defense. I took out the kicker and added an extra flex position in its place. Just because, one, I don't like kickers. Honestly, I'm sorry. Kickers are people too, but you can't game plan for kickers in a fantasy league. Like, yeah, no, this team is going to get at the 30-yard line and kick 4 50-yard field goals in the game. You don't plan for that. It's just not something you can plan for. So for that reason, I just don't like kickers. And you know what? Some people in the league's like, why don't we have kickers? I don't like kickers for fantasy purposes. Now, just a little side note. When we were having this whole thing about player safety and all that stuff, and I was like, you know what? Then they could do in overtime that would make kickers look really, really good if you did penalty kicks in overtime instead of playing an extra quarter. But I know they would never do this because you don't want to take the ball out the quarterback's hands for a game winner. But just for the regular season only, instead of having players risk their body for an extra quarter or whatever, just kicks. We put both team. One team kicks at the 5 yard line and just becomes like kind of like a horse, you could say. So one team will kick at the 5 yard line, they make it. The other team kicks at the 5 yard line, they make it. Great. Now we go back to the 10 yard line, kick from there. Great. 15. Great. In the first one to miss. So if the first team that kicks miss it from 25 yards out, and the other team makes it from 25 yards out, the team that made it wins. Now, if they both miss, then it's, yeah, literally just like horse, but only one strike. It's just W or L. You looking for that one letter, W. All right. That would really, to me, improve the importance of kickers in NFL. Don't get me wrong, kickers do play an important role. Last second field goal kicks are really crucial and it's clutch. But when it comes to fantasy, But anyway, that's just one thing that I like for kickers. If they could put that in the NFL, that would be awesome. It would be legit, real legit. But anyway, my fault. I'm on a tangent. So you can see here, the draft is fun. There's some first round picks that are somewhat questionable. There's some first round picks that's just like hella questionable, and other picks that are like, all right, those are pretty good. For example, we all know McCaffrey's going number one. Um, could be a chance that some people might go for Dalvin Cook or Kamara one, but yeah, usually McCaffrey goes for one. I could promise you, Rushing King. I don't know what he was thinking. He didn't show up to the draft. Kind of great. He did it because everyone would have looked at him like, I found out something new about Sleeper. If you reach like he did, everyone's phone unanimously said, "Wow!" as soon as he made that pick. Mahomes is a great quarterback, probably the best quarterback in fantasy football this year. If you saw my other video, don't necessarily he you can't go wrong with Mahomes. Just not at number two. Not at number two. If you saw my video, I told you quarterbacks are great, but the you could get a great. You got Lamar in round 4. So you clearly reached a little way too early. But anyway, to each their own. Hopefully it works. I won the franchise one year picking Jay Cutler in my first round. So can't judge. It's about the rest of the draft. Um, let's see if there's any other questionable picks in the first round. Najee Harris going in the first round, I thought was a little too early. Usually he comes around on the turn on the second round, but nonetheless, to each their own. Barkley going in the first round again, a little early. I'm really surprised to see Harris and Barkley go before Aaron Jones. At least Aaron Jones. I see Harrison Barkley around the same tier as Taylor and Eckler. Taylor, to me, I'm really low on compared to everybody else, just because there's too many running backs in that backfield. So I really don't know how that team is really going to divvy up the touches. We do have Antonio Gibson. Not really too sold on him because I'm afraid of J.D. McKissick and Curtis Samuel. Joe Mixon is actually someone that I did want in the second round. Unfortunately, he got sniped right before me. Damn you. Oh, by the way, I know you see that name. It's not Fantu Kugi. It's apparently Fantasy OG. All right. Yeah, he was really smart on that one. Just gotta, I gotta make fun of you, Arlen. So then that left me with Calvin Ridley in the second. But other than that, let's take a look for just some random picks and we could go over each team individually. Uh, Dak Prescott dropped into the sixth round was really interesting to me. Again, we're back to Rushing King, who went with Tom Brady. Before securing even a second running back, he went with Tom Brady in the sixth. Um, he might be new to fantasy football, and I just didn't know. To each their own. Okay, then we're gonna stay with Russian King. I swear I'm not trying to make fun of you, Russian King, but he went with Tony Pollard in the eight. So he could have gotten James Conner. He could have gotten Kenyon Drake, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, Jamal Williams, AJ Dillon, Sony Michelle, but he went with Tony Pollard. Now Tony Pollard may spell some touches for Zeke. Is that really a concern for Zeke this year? No, because they're paying him too much money for him not to be the bell cow. So I really don't understand. Hey, to each their own. All right. But here's a good thing. I like the Corey Davis pick in the ninth round, so I'm not making too much fun of Russian King. The Corey Davis pick, the Mike Gallup pick, I like it a lot. McCole Hardman, mm, I think he's getting just a lot of too much hype just because of the fact that he's associated with Kansas City. Any other picks in here that I want to go over before we start talking? No, I feel like everything else was kind of for the course. You know what I mean? A good pickup, I believe, here is Marquez Callaway. I do. Well, obviously, I picked him up. I do like Lavisca Chenault. Um, Henry Ruggs in the 13th round could really be a great steal. Other than that, no, no. Honestly, everything else seemed pretty poor for the parts. Pretty much. What's that? How's the saying go? I don't even know. Everything else looked pretty good. All right. So let's take a look. All right. So real quick, I was editing the video and I was talking about the teams, and I was like, why not just make a power ranking video? So stay tuned for part two. That's where I'm gonna start talking about the teams, do a little power ranking, see how we like them, see what we think about them, and this is our league. We're about to have some fun with this.